Welcome to Life Soundtrack with Souls and Mimi. Let's tune in. What's good, YouTube? What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. We have a new addition to Souls of Thoughts. We have Life Soundtracks with my girl Mimi. How you doing, ma'am?
What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm good. I'm good. Excited to be here.
Yes. We were just backstage. She educated me on some stuff, man. We got to get these cameras right. We got to get
Yeah.
right. We got to do some updates. So hopefully, when we continue to do this on Wednesday, y'all keep seeing some new visuals. But yeah, we got a lot to unpack today, man. But before we get started, we want to appreciate everybody who's already in the chat. We got Sco333 in the chat. He said, hit that like button, subscribe. Jen in the chat, 33K. Yeah. Rain said 333. Jen said, like, share, and subscribe. Rain in that thing. Hey, Jen. All the ladies talking. Hey, Rain from Mimi. All right. We're gonna have a lot of women in here. This is good.
I hope so, because I had the women in mind. Well, actually, I had men and women in mind with this particular song. So I hope
Okay.
you guys, enjoy it for sure.
Okay. So, guys, I know this is something new for us, but this is something I think is going to change the game. This is Life Soundtrack. This is going to be a weekly conversation built around music, but that shaped us, and also some things that probably still shaping us to this day. When we sat back, me and Mimi were trying to get on the same page for almost 2 months now, Mimi.
Oh man, come on now, probably longer because
Okay.
yeah, I mean, honestly, it went from let's do an interview
Yeah.
to let's do something a little
Yeah.
more detailed to what you want to do type deal. So yeah, so
Yeah.
it's been a lot of conversations, but it's been all good though.
Yeah, we wanted to bring y'all something, man, that's dear to our hearts, but also something that ain't the norm. Everybody's talking about politics, relationships, beefs. All we want to bring y'all something that brings the world together, man. It's not sports, it's music. Music brings the world together. I think everybody can find something in music. So that's what we're gonna do today, man. We both have songs that we picked. But we also going to start our icebreaker off with a new song every week. And I'm not gonna be the only one who pick it. Some weeks Mimi will pick it. She'll let me know what she wants to play. But this week I did pick it for the first week of Life Soundtrack. Our icebreaker song today is by Wale. And I probably say this wrong, y'all. Y'all know I'm from Louisiana, but it's Conundrum.
That's right, Conundrum.
Okay. So Mimi is gonna be my person to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm okay with it, Mimi. You tell me, hey, baby.
Listen, my mother has a PhD in English, and she was an English professor, so I got corrected a lot in my younger years. So still do. So excuse me. Sorry, I don't mean to be offended.
No, please. I'm gonna need it. So it's okay. What's up, plug? So we're gonna bring in Conundrum, y'all. We're gonna play this Wale song, and I want to hear what Mimi thoughts is about the song. It's gonna have the lyrics on the screen. Again, we're gonna be playing a lot of music tonight, so hopefully you guys enjoy. And let's dive into this icebreaker of Wale, Conundrum.
My baby mother told her new husband she had to move on. I was like, why? Then nah, then hallelujah. She's trying to be a wife, and we've been fighting for too long. That's the price of this life. I pray for guidance and coupons. Yo, my heart colder than most, cause I can love you to death, but still I gotta get ghost sometimes. A couple of them got close, but when I struggle up top, just know I'm known to get low. Goodbye. My ex, I was in love with her. Passionate sex, but couldn't cuddle her. Tell me, was it lust, or did I love her? Her clothes off, I'm closed off, which one is worse? Chicken and egg shit, extend whatever this is with dick and some bread quick, do you love me? She tell me I'm selfish, I tell her I'm self-aware. I feel you, baby, but I don't feel nothing. With that said, do you love me? Nah, for real, D Lobby. This is quite the conundrum.
Nice choice. Listen, I hadn't heard that. You muted. I hadn't heard that yet. That was my first time hearing that. Shout outs to because I'm a lover of a good sample, right? So that Get Up On It with Keith Sweat. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I know that song. I know that real good. That was a nice touch. This for the young ones, if y'all don't know. Yeah, then y'all go listen to Get Up On It. That was Keith Sweat, a Keith Sweat sample. Yeah, listening to the lyrics, yo, that is for the definition of conundrum right there. If you don't know what that word means, you need to Google it. But conundrum, that is exactly what it was. So the very first sentence when he said, "My baby mother told her new husband she had to move on." Like, okay, so she apparently the new husband and the baby mama are breaking up, and she's trying to be a wife, and we've been fighting for too long. Wow. So she leave it. I guess, he's like, hell, he left me. And he leaving the new husband. And, it sounds like she just got a messy little life going on here.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
And for those who don't know Wale, he speaks in a lot of like double entendres. Like he does a lot of like play on words. So you got to be real. You got to listen very well. Like he said a lot. He almost used conundrum, but he spoke a lot about like avoided behaviors. So it was very deep. Like he was giving you a lot of metaphoric things in there. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the story he told is a story that a lot of people in relationships, especially people who maybe they have a kid by somebody, and they maybe they didn't necessarily love that person they got stuck in a situation. Because I was listening to the lyrics, and then I said, let me pull this up so I can really read what he was saying. And he's like, I was in love with her, the sex was good but couldn't cuddle her. Her clothes on, her clothes off, I'm closed off. Which one is worse? Like, that shit was deep. Yeah, them lyrics was deep. Yeah. Chicken and egg shit. Which comes first, the chicken or the egg? You know what I'm saying? Extend whatever. This was with dick and some bread.
Y'all who don't know, y'all don't understand. Mimi is gonna be our musical guru. This whole idea. I literally asked her, hey, what do you like? What is your hobby? What are you? So, like, this is going to be something like, don't worry about souls, y'all. This is going to be me literally allowing Mimi to teach us and educate us, because I love music. My daughter also is a very, very big music lover. And, like, so to be able to get educated, learn about different things, break down songs, break down, like, where it comes from, understand how people hear music and read music, different things like that. We're going to be bringing y'all this from a totally different like point of view. We do have 4 questions that we're going to go through every Wednesday night when we going over our songs. But just like what she just did, because I don't know how many of y'all can remember lyrics that quickly. She was able to remember that after one play.
They stuck out. First of all, I love Wale. I have a song. It's so funny you chose him, but I have this playlist of songs that like I can listen to no matter what. And Wale, it's a song by Wale, the wedding song.
Oh, yep.
If you've ever listened to that song, like I'm assuming that song was probably prior to them breaking up, because he said, I'm assuming it's about this lady. But that song touches me in so many ways, just like how he's talking about growing up from a man and becoming a husband and stuff. Like, I love Wale and I love his lyrics. Like he tells a story no matter what. That's one thing I do love about. But this shit right here, conundrum. Like most people can't even pronounce that, like you said. Like, and they probably like, what the hell? And then you listen to this song. If you didn't know what a conundrum was, then you know now. Just
Yeah.
listen to those lyrics, and now you know what a conundrum is. That's crazy. But yeah, I like that. That was a good opener.
Awesome,
For
awesome.
sure.
And for those who paid attention, that is our opener song for our show. I thought it was a dope, just the whole beat, everything about it. Like she said, it comes from Keith
100%.
Sweat, so it has a lot to it. We might even discuss that song throughout our show one of these Wednesdays. So just something to remember. So y'all really pay attention to the music that we're selecting each week, because you never know, you might hear something that sounds the same but different lyrics, different people, different artists. So it's super super dope, man. But before we move into we're gonna move into Mimi's pick first, guys. We're gonna move into Mimi's pick first. And then I'm gonna go through the 4 questions with her. We're gonna have a dope conversation. I'm gonna end the show on my selection just because it's very sentimental, and I really don't want to harp on it too long because we can't. I don't want to get too. We'll talk about it. But it's a lot to it, but it's heavy. So, but we're gonna go in here, let everybody read these comments real quick. He said, "What's up, souls? We digging the vibes. Appreciate it, that's what it's about, man. Every Wednesday night, man, me and Mimi gonna bring y'all the vibes, different things. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be dope, man." He said, "Hey, Mimi." Sco said, "Yeah, that song was good. That's the one on the new album, Souls." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Corey. He said, "Snow Bunny."
Hey, kind of, sort of, a little bit.
Yeah, here we go.
Keep going.
Snow Bunny, he said, "Choose up or lose up." Yeah, so, he said, "I need parts." Yeah, Mimi shouted out Uncle Plug. Yeah, so appreciate y'all. Kevin Jackson said, "Annie, are you okay?" Okay,
Annie's okay.
Yeah, are you okay, Annie? Yeah, we got you. We feeling you, man. We feeling you. So we're gonna actually start off first. And I was very shocked when you sent this song over. So,
Really?
yeah, because I was like, "What is she gonna give us? What is she gonna give? What is she?"
Listen, let me just preface
I thought
this
you were
by
gonna go straight.
saying
I thought you
this
were
was not easy. Like, I spent the last probably 3 days trying to figure out, because I was like, we got to come with a bang. But when I thought about how we went about this whole idea, the whole even the name of the channel, or the this show, Life Soundtracks, the songs that raised us, healed us, and still shaped who we are becoming. This particular artist, and then this song, because I remember exactly what it was like listening to it when I was 17 years old. And just for a little bit of history, I'm 44. Okay. So this song came out in 1998, and I was fresh coming out of high school, and I needed this song. Like, I needed this song. And so before, I'm not going to say too much about it until I'm sure you have some type of introduction or something that you want to do. But yeah, this, I thought about an album that shaped me, and this was one of them. But this particular song, I felt like it was relevant then, and it's relevant now. And when I explain why, I think it'll make more sense why I chose this song. So
okay.
Yeah.
And guys, we're gonna always put the artists up here, let you know what the song is. And again, we're gonna go into those 4 questions as we navigate through this music, man, so we can break down Mimi's life story,
Yeah.
through these soundtracks, man. So we got Lauryn Hill, Do Wop, right? Do Wop.
Right. Do-wop that thing. Do-wop that thing.
Yes. So we're gonna always try to pick things I'm gonna try to pick content that shows y'all the words, the verses, so that you guys, the lyrics, so that you guys can be able to discuss this in the chat as well as we're going through it. So we're gonna start off with this. It's 4 minutes long, not long at all. Beautiful song, man. I love Lauryn Hill. So this is
it's a bop. It's a bop.
So it's gonna be dope. He said, I figure it was that. How you know?
How? Wow, for just what I said? How did you? Wow.
Okay.
Okay, we got us a music connoisseur.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Go into the music. So
okay.
You know you better watch out. Some guys are only about that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. and never called you again. Remember when he told you he was about to Benjamins? You act like you ain't him, they give him a little trim to begin. Now you think you really gon' pretend like you wasn't down and you called him again. Plus when you give it up so easy, you ain't even fooling him. If you did it then you probably can. Talking out your neck saying you're a Christian, a Muslim, sleeping with the gin. Now that was the sin that did Jezebel in. Who you gonna tell when the repercussions spin? Showing off your ass cause you thinking it's a trend, girlfriend. Let me break it down for you again. You know I only said cause I'm truly genuine. Don't be a hard rock when you really are a gem, baby girl. Respect is just the minimum. You still defending them now. Lauren is only human. Don't think I haven't been through the same predicament. Let it sit inside your head like a million women in Philly pen. It's silly when girls sell their souls because it's sin. Look at where you be in. Hair weaves like Europeans. Fake nails done by Koreans. Come again. Yeah. A win-win. Come again. A win-win. Come again. Win-win. Come again. Yeah. Guys, you know you better watch out. Some girls are only about that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. The second verse is dedicated to the man, more concerned with his rims and his Timbs and his women. Him and his man come in the club like hooligans. Don't care who they defend, Papa Yang. You got let's stop pretend. The one that pack pissed out by the waistman, crissed out by the casement. Still the name of his basement. The pretty face man claiming that they did a bid, man. Need to take care of their 3 and 4 kids. Been the face in court case when the child support late. Money taking, heartbreaking. Now you wonder why women hate men. The sneaky silent man. The punk domestic violence man. The quick to shoot the semen. Stop acting like boys and be men. How you gon' win when you ain't right within? How you gon' win when you ain't right within? How you gon' win when you ain't right within? Come again. Yo, come again. The red train, come again. This is train, come again.
All right, man. Everybody,
I'm telling you, I had to get that's a bop right there. I had to, sing a little bit. I had to put it on mute.
No, everybody liked it. Everybody liked it,
Yeah.
Liked it. So that's what it's all about. So we had Lauryn Hill, do wop, do that thing.
Mm-hmm. And when I was a teenager, when you hear doo wop that thing, you're like, when she's singing it, like, what is that thing? You know what I'm saying? And you really we didn't have the luxury, when I was 17 years old, of pulling up the lyrics on our phones. I didn't even have a cell phone until I was fully grown. We didn't have, cell phones, and we definitely didn't have, YouTube where we could pull up lyrics and things like that, so this song for me now, when I listen to it now as an adult compared to what I was listening to it as a 17-year-old, it was two different things. But now in hindsight, I have a totally different respect for this song and the lyrics.
Okay. So good transition to the first question from Mimi. The first listen feels. What did the song make you feel immediately? You can give us both versions. You can give us the version that you felt when you first heard it, and then today.
Okay. Well, first, let me just say, for me, this song is doing two things at once. Okay. Before I tell you how it made me feel. Okay. First of all, what I do love about this song, if you listen to the very first verse versus the second verse, she starts out with, girls, you better watch out. And then the second, or guys, you better watch out. Then the second verse is girls, you better watch out. So she's calling out, for me, she's calling out the people, both men and women,
Accountability.
trading their self-respect for attention, sex, status, money, right? And then that's the first thing she's doing, and this is in my opinion. And then secondly, she's warning that the game comes with consequences these days. And this was back, you got to remember, this is 1998.
Yeah.
So the consequences are emotional, social, and spiritual. So it's basically, for me, especially at the age I'm at, I look at it like it's like an auntie talk, right? But from someone your age, or she was, because me and her are around the same age, she's a little older than me, but not much. From someone your age who also, is outside, that's outside too. So with that being said, listening to it now, I totally understand what the song is about, right? So, how did it make me feel? So as a 17-year-old, culturally, this song, first of all, when it first comes on, it's a bop, right? It's like, dun, 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 dun. And so it's like a party record. Bright, it's bouncy, it's nostalgic. It sounds kind of old school, like something that your auntie, grandparents probably listened to, back in the day. What is it, American Bandstand or something like that? But it's also very, very, still got the beat and all that, and the drum line and all that. So it's a party record, but it has a message. So it has a public service announcement almost. Yeah. So it made me feel, when I was 17 years old, it's like, somebody's big sister dancing at the same time telling me, girl, don't you do that. Baby, watch out. Please don't do that, or you're going to get yourself in trouble. So from a cultural perspective, the sound is very doo-wop. I mean, the song's called, doo-wop, that thing, right? Old school, but it instantly kind of frames the message, as, we've seen this before. Don't invest in this mess, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But just remixed into the 90s type of feel.
It reminded me of like a feel of TLC and Queen Latifah.
Love them. People say I sound like Queen Latifah. I don't
know. That's like when you think about UNITY, then you
yes.
go, then you get into the world of like Creep and all that stuff, or Waterfalls with TLC, like all the lessons behind everything, but also trying to teach women to stand together and what to look out for.
Right. But also men. So, because she talked on both sides. She said, she literally said, guys, you need to watch out. Girls, you need to watch out for that thing. But, you don't really, but she never really explains what that thing is. Right. So that thing, that leads me into, the second question, but I'll let you finish because I know you probably have something you want to say about it too.
No, see, y'all see how Mimi, this is you. This is, hey, I'm telling y'all.
No.
Like, I'm telling you, I'm here to learn. I'm here to be a vessel as well. I love music, but like to hear somebody with a passion, I never want to drown out somebody's passion. You're very passionate and you have a great ear for this. So I think people are going to get a lot out of this. We got a lot of people in the chat who are music people. Classic is actually an artist. So like those type of things, I think what you're going to be able to provide is super dope. So what I'm hearing from you, your initial feel from it was almost like, this is the sit down that my aunt was going to give me, or maybe my mom and dad want to come talk to me about the birds and the bees now. But then they're going to give it to me in a way where I'm holding the men and women accountable to look out for.
But you got to remember, if you listen to the lyrics, it ain't even all about birds and the bees, right? So like the very first one, when it first started, the first few lyrics is like, it's been 3 weeks since you've been looking for your friend, the one you let hit it and never called you again. Remember when he said he was about the Benjamins, right? So you got suckered into this man because he said he had money, right? You slept with him, right? You act like you ain't hear him, then give him a little trim, like a little bit. You gave him a little bit, right? And then she then moves into, you talking out your neck, acting like you a Christian, but you a Muslim sleeping with the jinn, right? So you act like you a good girl, but you not. you're not, you're doing everything that you claim, you're claiming to be a Christian, but you a Muslim sleeping with the jinn. So you sinning, but you talking out of both sides of your neck, right? So it's not just about sex though. It also
everything.
goes into
Ego.
money and ego and things of that nature, and then the way she talks to the girl, she's like, girlfriend, let me break it down for you again. You know what I'm saying? I only say it because I'm truly genuine. Like she really trying to, like, it's like that auntie talk.
Yeah.
It's like, so she also says in that first verse that she's dedicating to the women, remember that respect is just the minimum, it's the minimum, right? You need respect, you got to get respect, and quit defending people who don't respect you, whether it's sexual or any other way.
Yeah.
Right. So she also lays out that she's been through it too. She's not innocent. She's like, remember, Lauren is only human. Don't think I haven't been through the same predicament. The lyrics, every single lyric is like, it's not only is it a banger, but I remember rapping these lyrics when I was a kid, not knowing what the hell it meant. I just knew the words, I didn't understand the importance of what she was saying.
It's very familiar. It kind of goes with Conundrum.
Yeah, I think so. 100%.
Like,
I don't know how that happened, because we didn't discuss this at all before we came on. But there's also a couple of verses in here that makes me think about social media, because this song came before social media.
Okay.
This song was like talking about influencing before influencers were a thing. Like, for instance, she says, it's silly when girls sell their souls because it's in. Her, she said, look at where you been. Hair weaves like Europeans, fake nails done by Koreans. Right? So she's just saying, like, you trying to look a certain way, act a certain way, you going to places because you trying to fit in.
Yeah.
And like, it's almost like social media influencing before it was even a thing. You know what I'm saying? So Lauren was very much ahead of her time in that way, to me. So
I agree. So with that being said, what was your standout verse? What line or verse hit you the hardest and why?
Oh man. I mean, I personally, the first verse, because it's dedicated to women, that entire thing, like I said, I can recite it, you know what I'm saying? I know it so well. But when she says, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? How you gonna win when you ain't right within? Come again. Like, to me, that stands out. Like, it's almost like that's like a Bible verse.
Yes.
In hood talk, like in you know what I'm saying, in rapper talk. To me, that stands out. That's like, to me, that would be something that I would tattoo on me. You know what I mean? Like, when I think about verses, like something that really stands out, like, is that something that I would put, would I tattoo a verse like that on me? Like, that's a cool ass verse. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that one stands out to me a lot when it comes to verses.
Okay.
Sure.
I think that whole song stands out too. I think
the whole thing is a story.
Yeah.
It's a warning to men and women. Like, I love the fact that she didn't just choose. She wasn't, because someone said in the chat, it was like this, that thing is feminism. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think that she was. Maybe it was in that verse, right? In that particular verse.
Mhm.
But then what is it when you go to verse 2 when she's talking to the men, right? Is it feminism? I don't know that it's necessarily feminism. She says the second verse is dedicated to the men, more concerned with his rims and his Timbs and his women. You could look at it as feminism, but I don't feel like she was being necessarily targeting trying to be a feminist in that way. I think she was just warning people, or young people of the time, of what they shouldn't do just to be seen, heard, to get attention from men, from women, all of that. Like, I feel like it was equally
distributed.
first,
Yeah.
to everyone in that particular way.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things too. I think when you think about Lauren, right? I think sometimes we, as in the Black culture, get so lost in like who's delivering it and like she delivered a very great story. Like,
Yeah.
think about if we would have put a would have put a nail in everything in 1998, where we would be right now. Think about that. Like if everybody would have just took heed to what she was saying, not put labels on it, just look at the, talking about men abandoning their responsibilities, and that's just, these things are nationwide. This is worldwide
Right.
problems, guys. Like if you think about, if we listened to that in 1998 and just stuck our heads in that and said, you know what, she making some good points. Just
So
imagine where we will be in 2026.
so how about let's take men versus women out of it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Let's do that for just 1 second, because you could look at it from that perspective, and
yeah,
I see what the classics code is saying, that he's not saying she's a feminist,
yeah,
but as far as the whole as a whole, right? How feminism has impacted both sides. I get that, but let's make it more now about like systems, right?
yeah.
Like consumerism.
Mhm.
So money, status as your identity, right? Because he talks about, being more concerned with your rims and
Yeah,
his
continue.
Tims and his women, you know what I'm saying? Or he told you he was about the Benjamins, right? And how about like maybe your sexual economy, right? And when I say that, like using desirability of a woman or a man as currency,
Yeah,
right? um or you could even say image culture, right? Performing in a lifestyle that you can't afford. People do that every day. She mentions things like that in the song. So if
yeah,
we just take men and women or sex out of it,
yeah,
ego culture, like validation as a drug, needing to be validated. You know what I'm saying? So she's not just talking about dating. To me, she's talking about a whole culture that
yeah,
teaches people to sell themselves, right? Emotionally, sexually, morally, for clout and approval. So to me, that thing isn't sex. Like, and when I was a teenager, that thing, was sex. She was saying, don't give him that thing, that thing, that thing. To me now, as an adult, when I look at it, that thing is actually more of a pressure to perform, and not just sex. We're talking,
yeah,
like I said, consumerism, making sure that you have status with money for your identity, your ego, sexual economy, like I said, the desirability, using your body and your looks, like BBLs and wigs and weaves as currency to make yourself more desirable to people. So that you could look at this song from many different ways, but now as an adult, I don't think that thing is, I think everybody has a thing, and that thing could be any of those things that I just mentioned. It could be more than that. Just make sure that you're not using whatever that thing is to get what you want out of people,
yeah.
manipulating people and things like that. So,
I agree. I
yeah.
like how you broke that down. I like
Mhm. I
how you
told you I put a lot of thought into it.
yeah. And
So,
y'all, we are purposely staying away from certain topics when we're talking about music, okay? We're not here to like get into certain topics because we really want this to be a soundtrack of our lives, and we want to be
right.
able to talk about this music from a very open book concept. So appreciate that. So with that being said, since we're talking about it for a personal connection, how does that song relate to your life, past or present?
Okay. So at 17, I think, because again, I'm older now, so I can look at this from a different way. But at 17, I think you're literally in this exact danger zone that she's talking about and warning you about at 17, right? We look back at these things that she's saying and we're like, we not fall, especially older women, we're not falling for the shit that these men say and trying to, like, oh, I'm gonna call, girl, I'm gonna call, give me that thing, and then I'm gonna call you in 3 weeks. You've been looking for it. We're not falling for that anymore. Well, some of us, I'll just say me. I'm not, okay. But at 17, you're definitely falling for those types of traps. You're definitely falling for the guy who's got the money and the rims. And we now know that fast money it doesn't last. Those types of guys that are living those fast lifestyles. So at 17, that's an age where your approval from your peers, it feels like oxygen. Like if you don't have it, you can't breathe,
Breathe.
right?
Yeah.
um it also is an age where your image is quite literally your identity. Like it's everything. If people, look at you and they're not seeing you as what you think you are, then that can cause, teenage depression. And identity is everything at that age,
Yeah.
even back then, especially now with social media, especially now. And at 17, that's the age where the culture says, be desired,
Hmm.
not be a whole person. You know what I'm saying? Because we know as we get older, it's more important to be whole than it is to be liked and desired by other people.
That's
But
true.
at 17, we don't think like that, right? So, what for questions that I ask myself is, what did being cool require back then? You know what I'm saying? What did you need in order to be cool? What it in 1998, what did you have to have? Well, you probably had to have, a car with some rims and a system in it, and they had to be bumping so loud you could hear it down the street. I mean, we didn't have, wigs and stuff like that like we do now. Like, but girls were definitely getting their hair done, and we had the big ponytails, and you got your nails done. And, in order for you to be cool, you couldn't wear like me right now. I'll go to Walmart and buy me some Asics and rock them things. Like, cause I mean, I don't give
Yeah.
a shit what nobody thinks about what I wear. But at 17, if I wasn't wearing some Nikes or Jordans, I was afraid to go to school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's that. What did you think was cool back then, and how did you or how did people perceive you as cool? And then, and this is all this is the culture.
Yeah.
When people look at me, I know they're like, okay, Snow Bunny, but yeah, you got it all wrong. I'm definitely a part of the culture,
Cool.
if you want,
Yeah.
the culture, and we all know what the culture is. Okay, so what were we thinking, or what were we taught was success back then, right? In order to be successful, you had to be a ball player, or you had to be, it wasn't, it definitely wasn't being a YouTuber. That wasn't even an option. You know what I'm saying? Being on the internet, it was making money, and it by any means necessary. And in the culture back then, most of the time that was either selling dope or being a dope boy, dating a dope boy or something like that when I was 17. So, and also, what was the world at that time rewarding these people who were successful? Were they rewarding them with attention? Which is, to me, that was the answer. You got attention from people. People knew who you were. You could go to the club and you got to sit in, in the sections. You know what I'm saying? No, everybody knew who you were, or was the world rewarding you with integrity? Which, as an adult now, I prefer integrity over attention. You know what I mean?
Back then, you
So,
didn't know what awards were. Like, you got to
yeah,
think about it. If you weren't in the right rooms, you didn't. We didn't have social media, so you didn't.
right.
All
If
these
people didn't
awards.
know you, they didn't know you. They really
Yeah.
didn't know you. There was no, somebody knew you from somebody else, but it wasn't the way it is now. So again, like this, a lot of us were raised by two things at the same time. And that's our parents, if you were lucky enough to have two, right? Which I was for quite a bit of my parents divorced when I was 15, but I got the best of my father, right? My sisters didn't. And so there's stories to tell about that, which that's a whole nother channel, right? Or another another show. But we were raised by two things at the same time. And so one of them was our parents telling us to respect yourself, right? And then the other was the culture telling us to sell ourselves in
Mhm.
whatever way you think selling yourself is. For girls, it was, making sure that are attractive to boys, and to girls, like you have to be cool. You gotta, you have to look a certain way, and you have to act a certain way. You had to be able, you had to dance a certain way, versus guys who had to have money in their pocket, or they wasn't successful. You know what I'm saying? So Lauren Strong, this song for me is basically a loud musical fight between those two sides, those two
Duality
voices. Yeah.
is a
It's
lot of
a fight between, do I respect myself, or do I sell myself, and where do I find that happy medium? And she's telling you, girl, it ain't worth it, or guys, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? That thing, whatever that thing is that you're doing, that get rid of that thing. Don't
yeah.
do that. Stop doing that thing, because it's not going to over over the span of your life, it's not going to do you any
Think
service.
about how hard that had to be when you listen to the verses, right? Because she's telling you to get right within, right? And back then, a lot of us leaned on what spiritual guidance from church.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
think about she's still seeing these men who are calling themselves Christians and Muslims living
Mhm.
what we see today, right? It's still in
Yeah.
present time. The people
Right.
who are on the platforms are still some of the people you can't even trust.
It is so much that, and I mean, I'm definitely not going to throw any names out
Yeah.
there, but there are people that I follow, and I have to eat the meat and spit out the bones, because you see them, they say that they are a certain way, but then you see them act or do a whole nother thing, and then you realize that they the same as you. They're the same, but you just, like I said, have to eat the meat and spit out the bones,
Yeah.
because you're going to be constantly in this battle and confused by what it is you're actually supposed to be doing in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, one of the lyrics in the second verse, when she's talking to the men, and she says, the pretty faced men claiming that they be the big men, need to take care of their 3 and 4 kids, man. And they face a court case when the child support's late,
Yeah, that's what's
taking
going.
money and heartbreak, and now you wonder why women hate men, right? This is not something that is stuck in 1998. We
Yeah,
still,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is stuff that we daily dealing with even today, right? So what has really changed? And she was warning us back then what we should do and shouldn't do. And she says, the sneaky silent men, the punk domestic violence men, quick to shoot the C men, stop acting like boys and be men, right?
Yep.
So either you with this song, either you listened to it or you didn't. You know what I'm saying? I really think a lot of people back then, to include myself, was
Yeah,
just bopping to, because I mean, it was a bop. Like, you could dance to this song in the club, but you could also take these lyrics and preach them in the church on Sunday, if you take the music away and have somebody with a tambourine in the back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This song really, it meant, I listened to the lyrics, but it's not, back then you couldn't pull them up and just read them. You had to really listen to it,
yeah.
And the crazy thing is we knew the lyrics. We just couldn't tell you what she was talking about,
That's
because
very
the context wasn't there necessarily there. You know what I'm saying? When you're rapping it and you're in the club with a beer in your hand, underage, been there, done that, right?
yeah.
So yeah, it's a whole lot more. And then, when you get to that third verse, she's talking to everybody, right?
Mhm.
So she brings it all together in that verse, right? And I don't know, like, it's one of those songs you just got to sit back and you really got to, if you break it down, it's deep. It's
Oh, yeah,
deep.
it is.
It's definitely a conundrum, for
It
sure.
is. It is. And we did not do that on purpose, guys. We did not do that on purpose. We're gonna get
Yeah, for
this chat,
real.
and then I'm gonna hit Mimi with number 4. So everybody vibing to this. Jen said vibing, great hit, great first pick. Yep, yep.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Good
you.
pick. Rain said wrote them down by hand, cassette tapes, rewind,
Yes.
whole notebook full of lyrics.
Those were the days when you stood in front of your radio, right? And you would hit record, and you'd have to sit there, and then you'd hit stop. And then when you wanted the lyrics, you had to sit there and write every lyric down so you could remember it. I'll
Yeah.
never forget writing down the Bratz lyrics to So
Oh
Funknified.
God. Yep. Yep.
Oh, Lord. And I knew that whole song back and forwards. I still remember the color of the paper and pen I wrote it in, because I had it. I just, it's just one of those good memories.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Roxy said, open the cassette tape, and then the CD came with pages of lyrics. Those
Yep.
were the days. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Laughing out loud, yes, Rain. Or having to wait for your favorite station to play the song and pray
See?
you recognize. That's hey,
These kids don't have a clue. You hear me? They don't have a clue what
Set
life
the
was
their
like back
hand down.
then.
Yep, it's at the tap of their thumbs now. They don't even know it. She said, "Hit that like button." Yeah, y'all keep spreading the love, man. We talked about that topic with the feminism topic for Classic. Shout out to
Mhm.
Classic. Miles said, "Consciousness in the '90s was the thing before wokeness."
Yes. Yep. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, ain't nothing but changing words. 333 from Miles. Sco said, oh yeah, she talked about the child support verse as well. He said, sounds like warning for the propaganda that was taking place since then, from feminism to liberation and devaluing of true love.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said it's all a side effect of feminism and propaganda.
I agree. I agree. To an
Clark
extent,
said,
I agree. Yeah.
he said, I'm not calling her a feminist at all
Right. Right.
whatsoever. Feminism has impacted both sides. Propaganda won for her warning didn't work. That's true.
Unfortunately, it did not.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, things only got worse. But I think that's because of the culture. It's the
Yeah.
culture. The culture is the culture is undefeated at the
Oh yeah.
moment.
Oh yeah. Culture vultures. Miles says society was more real back then. Physical interaction actually meant something. True character was the result. Big facts.
Agreed.
Yeah, she went crazy on that whole song. He said another one of my favorite is X Factor. Yep.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because I didn't know how how souls would feel about me doing such a well-known song.
Hey,
So there were some other songs on the album that were a little well, X Factor was like the number 2. Doo-Wop was number 1, X Factor was number 2. I did a lot of research on it. But my third pick, which was actually a song that was a hidden track on a lot of albums that came out back then when they were pressing them and stuff, and that was the tell him it's called Tell Him. That song is one of my favorite songs. It's like a love song and a prayer at the same time, but that it ended out the album. And so X Factor is an excellent song though.
yeah,
X Factor.
I'm sure we'll hit it, y'all. We're gonna be here every Wednesday. I'm sure we're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
hit
for
it.
sure.
So
It'll come
before
back
we
around.
yeah, for sure. So before we transition, we gotta say, hey Mimi, what's the takeaway? What do you walk away with after hearing this song?
So my takeaway, okay, and I'm gonna leave sex out of it because I feel like sex is, when you first hear this song, you think, like I said, that thing is sex and she's talking about sex only, but I think this song is way deeper than that. So I feel like culturally and socially, she is critiquing a transactional society, right? So in this song is capitalism plus gender expectations and then ego culture all blended together, right? So men are told in the and this is in general, men are told that money equals worth, right?
Yeah.
Women are told that beauty and attention is equals worth. And then everybody is told that image is your identity, right? This is the culture that I'm speaking of, okay? Not our culture,
Yeah.
okay? So Lauren's like that kind of math will bankrupt you, in other words. Like that's, in my opinion, that's what she's saying. The math, that kind of math, if you're doing that kind of math, and you think that money is your worth and being beautiful is your worth and that your image is the only way that you can show your identity, then you're going to be socially and culturally bankrupt and morally bankrupt as well. So I also think that she's calling out performance, right? When I say performance, like was pre-social media, remember? But I feel like she predicted it.
Oh yeah.
So flexing, right? Chasing validation from men and women on both sides, acting out a persona, pretending that you're something that you're not, confusing people with power, right? So this song for me was a warning. It was warning people about influencer culture before influencer culture even had a name, right?
Yeah.
So she's also an equal opportunity when it comes to accountability. We saw that in the song, how she gave 2 different verses for men, women, and then she tied it together at the end. So she doesn't just lecture women. She doesn't just shame men, right? She's saying to both sides that they're being played by the same cultural script.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why this song still is credible today. Like it still holds up. You can still play this song and nobody's going to say, "Oh, this song was from 1990." If they've never heard it, they're not going to say this song was from 1998.
That's true.
Because she's talking about things that still happen today, right? She's not gossiping, right? She's not just talking about Black people or the culture. She's diagnosing. That's what I took from it. She's diagnosing what people are doing, taking what people are doing and then diagnosing the problem and saying, you, whatever that thing is, you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Stop. That it's destroying the culture, right? So, to go a little bit deeper, not that I haven't already.
Oh no, we love it. We love it. Oh no, go ahead.
The hook is almost to me a call and response, right? So what I mean by that is it feels like a community or community correction, right? Like the neighborhood, the aunties, the barbershop, the church owners all in one, right? It's like social accountability in musical form. That's how I feel this song is. And right, the doo-wop style, right, is strategic. When she put this song together, because one thing that I learned from doing my research on this album, because a lot of people don't realize that this was her only album. She never put out the solo album.
Yeah.
And it's still on the top 200 Billboard list to this day. It's one of the top selling albums of all time. She didn't need to put out another album. Okay.
That's crazy.
Now she did do a MTV Unplugged album like years later, and it wasn't a very, I mean, it was just her and a guitar, and she was kind of like just, practicing some songs that she might have wanted to put out, but she went into a deep depression, but that's a whole nother thing. So, but the doo-wop style of this song was strategic. She actually wrote all the most of the music solely by herself. There was a few people involved when it came to the production and everything, but doo-wop equals old school, right? So, or old school romance. And then innocence, right? From like the 50s and the 60s and community, right? So she used that sound to contrast the modern era's sex status equals everything type of vibe, right? So get back to the feminist, right, angle of it. So it's a feminist, to me, it's a feminist critique without trashing men, or that men are trash, because she also, she held the women accountable too, right?
Yeah.
So she's basically saying like patriarchy hurts women, and it also distorts men because it turns both of them into products, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, it turns them both into products. So, like I said, I was 17 when I first heard this, and it sounded like a fun throwback, right? But it was really a culture check. And Lauren is calling out the late 1990s script with men being taught money is worth, women taught that attention is their worth, right?
Yeah.
And everybody being trained to perform like a product. So what's crazy is, again, this is pre-social media, and it's basically, like I said, that influencer culture, and the hook was the community correction. Like, don't let the culture trick you into trading your dignity for validation. So the song isn't about being perfect. It's about seeing the game and refusing to play yourself.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's how I took it. That's why this song, and it's not just the song Souls for Real. It's the whole album. Like, it's one of those songs, this album is one I can just hit play, boom, and listen to it on repeat, like, and know every song and sing every song, and it means the whole thing brings me back to a time in my life where I needed to hear it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
she's like she was like Andre 3000 before Andre.
Oh, he was before his time. Andre 3000 is that prototype. I mean, that album, The Love Below.
Yeah, they were before their time.
Favorites.
And I
Yeah.
think it causes a lot of isolation because when your message is not heard or not understood,
Understood is the
it
big
makes it very difficult for you to keep that creativity going.
right,
People
right.
aren't getting it. So I
Mhm.
appreciate that, man. I love it. I love the breakdown. I love the breakdown, guys. Y'all make sure y'all give Mimi a rating on her breakdown of that good doo-wop from Lauren Hill. I love it. I love it, man. Y'all don't understand. Hopefully the song I'm gonna play, she can give y'all even more depth without knowing what I'm about to play. You
Right, I
know?
have no idea, but I hope I know the artist in the song. I know I got a deep. I told you my crates are deep,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we'll
So
see.
before we move on, he said Zion, the CD with no beats, was her second album. And then he said Cap, she definitely needed to put out more music.
Oh, she did need to, but she, as far as money is what I meant. She made so much money. She probably was like, but again, like I said, her story, she went into a deep depression. She went from literal, nobody to being super famous with the Fugees and all of that. And she got to where she couldn't even go outside without do small errands without getting recognized. And it
Yeah,
just, she couldn't handle fame the way fame wanted to handle her.
yeah.
And then, she had 5 children by Rohan Marley, who was, Bob Marley's
Uh,
son.
yeah.
And it was a lot. She had a whole song dedicated on the album called Zion, which was about her first child she got pregnant with during the making of this album. They told her to abort the baby because she would never recover from having kids. And then she was like, F that, I'm having five more, 4 more. She did. And she, but she definitely needed to make more music. That's not what I meant. I was saying the album did so well that she never really, she can live off that album for the rest of her life. Her kids will be able to live off this album
Mhm.
for the rest of their lives. So,
We still talking about it today.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
He said, and it kind of goes into what you were saying. No album's good enough, but he comes back around to say that her album was fire though. If she can make one, she can make 10. Big facts.
I hope so.
He said Prototype, my favorite Andre
Favorite,
3000 song. Yeah,
favorite
yeah,
song.
he was way ahead of his time, man. He said depression is a prerequisite for being an amazing artist.
I think
I
you're right about that.
he laughing.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, hey.
I think you're right about that.
Most creators are depressed.
Yeah. I mean, the same thing they say about like comedians are some of the saddest people in the world. Like they laugh through their tears, quite literally, So I get it. I agree. I agree.
Plug will call us what would you call us, Plug? Psychopaths? That's what he called
I've
us.
been called worse. Trust me, and I'm very creative. I took a test today. I took an IQ
Oh,
test.
uh-huh.
IQ test. I actually so there's levels. Like so
Mm,
my IQ is 130. I'm on the gifted. I'm on the same scale as Einstein, okay?
okay.
Gifted people, they say people who are gifted are good with music, and I was reading it. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm all of that." I get bored real easily.
Yeah,
I always got something I'm trying to learn or something I'm trying to perfect. And then once I perfect it, I throw it down and do something else. That's probably where I'm at in my life why I'm trying to be on panels and give my opinion and all that stuff. That was also a trait of somebody who is considered a gifted in the realm of IQ. But yeah, I thought
hopefully
that
we
was
get your gifts to stay here in the future. We'll get
Listen, I like it here. It's a whole lot less. It's a whole lot less drama, and
yes,
I don't feel like I need to drink a bottle of wine after I'm done, or shoot myself or something like.
allegedly.
Yeah, trust me, I definitely prefer these types of panels.
Awesome. So I'm gonna put the title up and then I'm gonna kind of give my scene, guys. So I'm
Oh
gonna be playing
gosh,
Isley Brothers Summer Breeze from 1973. Man, so I don't so
beautiful song. You
beautiful
got to tell us
song.
the history for
Yes.
sure.
So the reason why I chose this song is Mimi doesn't know me like most people know me, but yesterday was my mother's birthday. My mother,
Oh,
if she was still here, she would have been 70 yesterday.
oh,
My
happy
mom died.
birthday, mama.
Yeah, she passed away very unexpectedly. Uh,
Mm,
with
sorry to
that
hear.
being said, when I started driving back in 2003, going into the year of 2004, I used to pick up my mother every night from work. This song played every night at 10 p.m. On the same radio station. So I always knew when I was running on time. Because like I knew when my mom came in the car, Summer Breeze was gonna come on. You know how your radio station had those same songs over and over again. So like, and my mom put me on to this. So my mom was a huge music person. She's a huge Jimi Hendrix fan. I mean, when you talk about Jimi Hendrix, she was a Jimi Hendrix fan. So listen to a lot of different music in the house, but Summer Breeze was something that every night when I picked her up, y'all, I was 17 going on 18. I really didn't understand the song at that time, but it was a song that my mother loved, and me and my mom was like super close. I'm the baby of 4, so like it was a very intimate moment that we got to experience every night. So like, but then as I got older and you start looking at the lyrics, a lot of the characteristics that my mother displayed in our happy home with my father, I can see it within the music. So I wanted my first song to correlate with my actual present environment, which yesterday was my mother's birthday, which was a rough day, but got through it. And then we're here today. And I said, I have to start the first life soundtrack about the woman of my life, my mother. So, like, I'm going to be playing Summer Breeze by the Isley Brothers. This was a 1973 song. So we're going to play this song and then we're going to, you know, break it down a little bit. I ain't going to talk too much about it because I ain't trying to get on here and be all, but like, this is something that I wanted to set the tone because my mother was music. Like I tell people, my mom was a true free spirit. Anybody who got the opportunity to be blessed by Joyce Jameson when she was living, they know it. Like it's people who know my father, he's the same way, but my mom was a true living spirit, dog. Like I'm talking about just free. Like free. Like I see why she loved the music she loved. So like it just set the tone for my life and set some very high standards, man. And this song just kind of speaks to it, you know. And if y'all know, this song actually has a lot of guitar solos in it. So yeah, she loved the electric guitar, things of that nature. So like just some, man, this is a tribute to my mom, man. Happy born day, happy belated born day. Yesterday she would have turned 70. So this is for my mom, man. So this is why I picked this song for Life soundtrack. So here we go.
Summer breeze all in my mind. Summer breeze all in my mind. No, 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 no. It's all in my mind. No, 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 no. It's all in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Oh, summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind, all in my mind. See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. A little light shining through the window lets me know everything's alright. Oh, summer makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Oh, summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Sweet days of summer, the jasmine's in bloom. July is dressed up and playing a tune. When I come home from a hard day's work and you're waiting there, not a care in the world. See the smile waiting in the kitchen, food cooking on a plate for two. Feel the arms reaching out to hold me in the evening when the day is through. Oh, summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
Man,
So that is
Ernie Isley is undefeated. Okay, on that guitar, those riffs, undefeated.
so that was
Undefeated.
my selection, man. Summer Breeze, man, by the Isley Brothers from 1973. Man. Yeah. So
Well, I definitely know this song. Definitely
okay.
know it well.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, what I love about the Isley Brothers, I mean, not to jump in on your song, but one of the things I love about the Isley Brothers, first of all, I mean, they are brothers, and one is amazing voice, the other one is amazing guitarist, but they knew how to take a song and like take a 2-minute original, because this song was so if you know anything about yacht rock, I don't know if you know that genre.
I did some research. I did do some research.
That's one of my favorite genres, right? Like yacht rock is that smooth, soft rock. So this song was actually originally put out like 2 or 3 years before they put it out by a white band. I can't remember their name, but it was originally done by them, and then they took it and they turned it into, a hit that was obviously recognizable against all genres because of that guitar riff and those Isley brothers. They're amazing. But yeah, this song definitely is one of my favorites to, like, chill to. It's beautiful, and I can see why it would make you, think about your mom. And yeah, and the guitar, that she loved guitar. This is definitely one of those that the guitar is just, it changes the whole mood of the song, at the end, for sure.
It does, it does.
Love it. Hmm.
So when I respond to some of these questions, guys, it's gonna be like now as I'm older, because when I was young, this was something my mother loved, but then as she passed away, it was a song that I continued to listen to. So like the feels did change, kind of similar to what Mimi said, right? When you're 17, you're listening to it because you like it, but also the woman I loved of my life loved it, so I loved it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But as I got older, it changed the feel. And my first feels when I listen to this is the guitar solos for me.
Mhm.
Um, it's the soundtrack of my life. And the reason why I say that is because some of the most beautiful words don't have to be spoken.
Right. Now
For
you can feel
yeah,
can
yeah.
feel it in that guitar.
For 18 years, man, I got to see and live in the most beautiful home with with a black father and a black mother who
Mhm.
loved each other unconditionally, who never argue. I never heard my dad yell. I never seen my dad drink. I never seen my mom do any drugs, smoke, anything in front of us. Just we were like the Black Brady Bunch, is what we called us.
Mm.
I mean, and we lived in the hood now. We lived in the hood, but you couldn't tell. And that's why when I think now, the first feel that I get when I hear that is that that guitar said so much without having to say any words.
Oh man, yeah.
And that was my upbringing. My upbringing was all led by great examples. My dad didn't have to preach to us. He didn't have to set curfews. He didn't have to have birds and bees talk. My dad led by being a great man. My mom led by being a great mother. So that's what stood out to me first feels listening to it, is that, hey, that was the solo of my life.
Yeah.
Watching great stories be right in front of me.
Mm.
So what about you? What kind of feels did it give for you?
Because I've never done this before. You know what I'm saying? I've listened to music ever since when I came out the womb, right? But I've never had to sit back and ask myself these questions. So
Yeah.
while I was listening to it, I was definitely thinking about, the questions. I was
Yeah.
like, so, what is it? How does this make me feel? And honestly, when I heard the song, which I've heard a million times, but it feels like peace, right? It feels like the world is slowing down and letting you breathe. You know what I'm saying? I think Rain said on here that it feels like when you get off work and you can just like relax, like you can just
Yeah, yeah,
chill.
yeah,
It
yeah.
feels like that. Like if you've had a long day and you're just like, I'm gonna play this song on my way home just so I can unwind. It feels like it just lets you breathe and you can just take in, some peace.
And
That's what it
that's my life, Mimi. Like that, like those people like Uncle Plug in the chat. Certain
Mhm.
people got to meet my father. Like that's literally was our life. Our life was very peaceful. Like I
Yeah.
never had to really live in like stress or drama, or so as I got older, it was very difficult for me because
Yeah.
I'm like I didn't experience that. Like I didn't like I
Li
like I,
life slaps you in the face when you
yeah,
get grown.
yeah,
It's like you ain't
yeah,
at home with mom and daddy under the safety of
yeah.
them anymore. Yeah, I get it. For
Yeah,
real.
so it's like, man, I never had to deal with the noise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even in
Yeah.
our lives, we never had to deal with it. So it was a blessing for sure. A blessing for sure, man. So with that, the standout verse for me, man, the line or verse that hits the hardest for me. Let me get this to y'all, man. I actually had to copy and paste it so I could make sure I give y'all this whole thing, man. But the verse that hits for me is when it said, "See the smile waiting in the kitchen, food
Mm,
cooking on the plates for two, feeling the arms reaching out to hold me, even in the evening when the day is through."
mm.
That's what stood out for me. My mom made sure that those things were done at all times. We never went unfed. We never went unloved. I had unconditional love. And then I also see my father be able to get that as well because he worked in the medical field. So he worked a lot of doubles, did a lot of different things. And so, but those moments when we did get to see him, my mom had his plate ready. Like everything was provided. She ran the water. Like I'm telling you, I seen this as a kid for 18 years, water being ran from my father. My dad probably was the cleanest RN at the hospital because that nigga had his scrubs ironed by my mom for the week.
Oh
Like,
man,
so like I always tell people that like music, you never know how much of music is a soundtrack of your life.
it really
And you
is.
never know how much your parents learn from the music they listen to.
Right.
Because I know my mom wasn't raised in that environment that she was able to imitate to us. So it's just very deep. Like, and my mom, everything my mom related to was music. Like
Yeah.
my mom, she's telling you a story. She's talking about music. I remember when I got her favorite song when we got older was "Yeah." Y'all remember "Yeah" by Lil Jon and Usher? My mom used to wake me up to that to go to school. Like literally, my mom be dancing.
Ah, she
So just,
sound like a character. She
yeah,
reminded me of my
yeah,
father. My father was the music person in my life.
yeah, yeah,
Everything was a song. Like even when he was joking, he would turn it into a song and be singing something. Yeah, I
yeah.
feel you on that. Yeah.
So and then another line that hits hard for me now today would be just that short little line about the sun peeking through the window.
Yeah.
Um, it was funny because I was on live with Classic Sunday and it happened. And I always tell people, to me, those are moments that I know that she's present. Like, even because we all know the weather is changing, right? So, like, to have moments of like sunshine actually being able to peek through when it's gloomy outside. Um, when I lived in DC, I used to, everywhere I ran, I used to see cardinals. They say that's a symbol of people who you've lost following you. Like, I never went outside and not seen a cardinal present, but that peeking through the window, the sun peeking through the window was like another line that stood out to me because it just always brings back the reality that she's still present. So
Little light shining through the window, let me know everything's all right.
yeah,
Yeah, that's deep.
yeah, yeah.
If that, I mean, from the angle that you're talking about with your mom, like
Yeah,
definitely, it fits. And
yeah,
that's crazy how y'all listen to this song every day, and then it just
yeah,
resonates now that even still that she's not here. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How would she have known? It's like she
Yes,
kind of did know. You know what I mean? Maybe she did subconsciously. I don't
yeah.
know.
Or sometimes, they leave you little tokens, they leave
Mhm.
you little tokens here and there, man.
Yeah.
So it says personal connection. How does this song relate to your life, past or present? I kind of broke it down, man. I broke it down at the beginning when I kind of set the stage for this summer breeze, man. Like I said, again, y'all, that's how I live my life, man. I'm a man of little words for those who truly know me. I know a lot of people see me in front of the camera. We're always going live and doing things of that nature. But those who know me personally, I'm a man of very few words. I don't say much. Um, I allow the guitar, I allow my actions, I allow the notes to like show people who I am. And so I try to be very direct and very intentional with the people I put myself around. Like even getting this show together with Mimi, I felt like it was perfect, right? Like she'll tell you, like I was even apologizing because like life is life, and I'm like, oh man, I apologize. I ain't forget about you. Like blah blah blah. Like I'm very intentional about people because I know how time is very important. Time is limited.
Right.
You know what I mean? I could have kept pushing it off, and we don't know what our lives would have looked like a year from now. So I appreciate you on that token too, just being
Oh no, you got
responsive
it.
and being there. So but yeah, that's what kind of stood out to me personally.
For for me, if I could just say something with like the personal connection,
Yeah,
like the song, when you talk about summer, like for me, summertime in your childhood, it was like the first time you had freedom, right? Like you had escape. Could escape from school, from friends and the stresses of school, and so childhood, summertime meant a lot of things for me when I was coming up because I obviously I loved school. I was did really really well in school, but I loved having summer breaks and you had your friends and it was like you could just be kind of an adult, but you still had that safety net of your parents. You know what I mean? They had to trust that you were at home because they maybe had to work. And I was a little rebellious. I definitely did things I shouldn't have done when I was in during the summer breaks. But for that personal connection, for me, summertime is like a kid's best. That's their freedom time and their time to enjoy. It's like their vacation. Adult, we don't get that anymore. I wish I still got, full 3 months off from
Yeah,
from work, and working and being a kid again. I feel like this song definitely, when you talk about summer, it brings you back to like a time in your life, your childhood, in a way. Kind of like it reminds you of when you were a child with your mom, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So yeah, summertime. Summer breeze is the best kind of breeze, especially when you don't have to work and
definitely.
you're a kid.
It
Yeah,
definitely is. It definitely is. And to segue into the last question, we got a surprise for y'all. So Mimi don't know the next thing that's gonna come up, but
I sure don't.
we're gonna have a Mimi moment in the end. So, but just stay
Okay.
tuned. Just stay tuned. Number 4 says the takeaway. What do you walk away with after sitting with it? I think I can just go back to the verse, man. When he says, "Sweet days of summer, the jasmine's in the bloom. July is dressed up and playing her tune. When I come home from a hard day's work, and you're waiting there, not a care in the world."
Mm,
That is what I take away from this song when I walk away. It's like I would highly encourage people to start to invest in the things that when you're done with all the noise, when you're done stressing yourself out throughout the day, this can be your partner, this can be your hobby, this can be whatever you want it to be. But
right.
find a place where you can literally just say, you know what? I put all my deposits in today. I invested myself. I did the best I could do. But now I'm going to a place where there's no care in the world. So, however that looks for you, or whoever brings that for you, I would highly
Mhm.
encourage you guys to seek that. And if you really pay attention to the wordplay there, when it says July dressed up playing her tune, they're letting you know that, hey, summer's going to end.
Right.
Like,
Right.
June, July, the summer gonna end. Once
Mhm.
August hit, once September hits, the weather's gonna change. So
Right.
what are you doing right now to get yourself ready for those changes? So that's the huge takeaway that I take from this song, man. And
Yeah. I mean, rest is we got to remember
mhm,
that rest is a need. It's not a reward. Like, people reward themselves with rest. Like, you should get rest every day. And this is also a love song. So love should feel like a safe place, right? Love should feel like a safe place and not a battlefield, right? So when you come home and you just feel peace and you can relax and you can rest, like, that's what life should be, right? It should be. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't. They consider, getting rest like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna work my ass off until I
yeah,
can't anymore, and then I'm gonna take a vacation once a year. Hey, you should get daily rest, and it should, like, again, it shouldn't be a reward. It should be something that you make sure you do every day. And when you have someone in your life that you love, and you can't wait to get home to them, and you can't wait to just melt it. I know me personally, I want to just come home and just let go of all of the stress. And I'm a boss in my particular
yeah,
job, and I want to let all that go and just like melt into my man's lap and just be, safe, feel safe, and feel rested and secure. So that this song definitely makes me feel like all of that. Like, if love and rest and all of that was a song, this is and vacation, that's what this song sounds like to me. Or if that's what I take away from it, for
super, super
sure.
dope. We're gonna read these last chats and then got a surprise for y'all, man. Mimi's not
I had
prepared.
no idea.
He has no idea. I like to do this to people. It makes the show more exciting.
Okay.
Uh, your bestie said, "Hey, bestie,
Hey,
welcome
hey
in,
girl.
Cindy."
Hey,
Jack.
Sydney.
Yeah, welcome in. Thank you for coming in, man. Make sure you follow us. We're gonna have a great shows every Wednesday. Great music, great storytelling. I think it's gonna be amazing. Tonight was already great, and we're gonna
Yeah.
end on a very high note because Mimi is gonna set us up on one. Black Mona Lisa, what's up, Lisa? She said, "What I walk in on, that's my vibe." Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is life soundtrack. This is what we're going to be doing every Wednesday, playing music, playing songs that speak to our lives, speak to other people's lives, that helped us heal, helped us grow, helped us get through hard times, everything, good days, bad days. We got a lot for y'all. We're going to keep growing this show, keep creating new segments for the show. It's going to be super dope, man. She said, like being content. Sco said, blowing like the jasmine in my mind. Yeah, yeah. Summer breeze. See, yeah, y'all know.
They
Y'all
know it.
just know it. Okay. Jen said that was the name of the group, Seals and
Seals
Croft.
and Croft. Yeah, yeah.
So 333 to Lisa, welcome in. Ranger said, I saw the group is live. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome back, Ranger. He said, time in a bottle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what music is, man. Lisa said, literally feels like a summer breeze. Yeah. Ranger said, I'll say Moonlight. What's that? Sonata by
Moonlight Sonata.
you might know this by Beethoven.
I played that song at my very first piano recital. It's a very beautiful song.
See, but it's what he said, because it's hauntingly beautiful. But the way the world is going, we're in a chaotic third movement that feels like an anxiety and panic attack. Hey, Major, make sure you stay tapped in. It seems like you know music too. Mimi is very deep into the music game. You're gonna have some opera, some everything in here. So stay tuned. She gonna educate me. I might flip on y'all one day. Come in with some jazz or something. You never know. Passport said, I definitely see Cardinals daily. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Classic said the type of love has only been available to old people since forever. Young love is stressful than a bee. Classic said people started being each other's piece after 30 years of picking with each other.
True.
That's funny. He said the song back then at least promoted the right idea. Yes, sir. He said fire show. So
man, thanks.
Appreciate y'all, man. So we're gonna end with a little surprise. It's gonna be how we end every show. Because I want to learn, and I want to learn something new. I want to probably tap into something I never seen. So the lag segment every day is going to be Mimi Music Memory. So Mimi is going to close us out with a song of her choice. And we're going to listen to this song, and it's going to be how we talk into our icebreaker next Wednesday. She's going to send us out with a song of her choice. Mimi Music Memory segment right here. She was not. She did not know this, guys. So she
did not.
What she's gonna give us is she's gonna give us, and we're gonna listen to it. Right.
Okay. Here. Well, it's funny that you did this because I didn't anticipate it. However, I did in my mind, because I am a very much a preparer type of person. I said, well, if for some reason, and I don't know why I thought this, because you've always been so, understanding, and like we've worked things out, and I'm like, well, what if he says no? What if he picked the same song I picked, like in my mind, right? So I was like, okay, well, the next song that I would choose that wasn't a Lauryn Hill song, right? Okay. And it's funny that you chose the Isley Brothers. One of my next favorite songs. So you don't know this about me, but if you have watched any of my like little short videos on any of my Instagram and stuff, I ride motorcycles. And so I ride Harley Davidson, big girl motorcycles. Okay. Not the little ones. Okay. Big baggers. Right. So my bike is actually it's a purple bike, and my bike's name is Purple Rain. And obviously the reason why I chose that name because one of my favorite artists, and I'm gonna say this over, and y'all don't check me because you can be like, Mimi, you said that was your favorite artist was such and such. I have a long list of favorite artists. So Prince, Purple Rain is one of my favorite songs. I can listen to it no matter what. It's on that playlist that anytime, any mood I'm in, I can listen to Purple Rain. So in honor of your mother, being that she loved guitars, riffs, and all of that so much, that particular song has one of the most amazing guitar riffs in it that you will ever hear. And so, yeah, I love that song. I love that entire album. I don't know if anybody's ever seen the movie and all that, but yeah, let's take it out with Purple Rain.
All right, here we go, y'all. Let me get this. this up real quick. We're gonna get this on up. Purple Rain by Prince. Y'all know we're gonna give y'all them lyrics, so here you go.
Gotta listen to these lyrics too, y'all.
I never meant to call you when you sorrow. I never meant to call you when you pain. I'm the one who wants to see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. I never want to be your weekend girl. I want to be some kind of friend. Yeah. Baby, I can never steal you from another. It's such a shame our friendship had to end. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Only want to see you underneath the purple. I know, times are changing.
Oh, love him.
They said sing it. They said sing it. Go ahead.
Oh, Lord.
It's time we all reach out for something new. That means you too. You say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. I think you better close it and let me guide you to the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. You know what I'm saying about up here? Come on, raise your hand. Purple rain, purple rain. I want to see you. I want to see you. Purple rain.
Here we go. Here we go. That outro. That's the best part of the whole song. I can't believe they cut that off.
Yeah.
You get them high notes when you That's
So,
my jam right there.
Purple Rain.
Purple
for
Rain.
Mimi's music memory, y'all. That is Purple Rain. Purple Rain will be what we will open up next Wednesday show about, guys. So I'm sure we're gonna bring you guys some things you didn't know about Purple Rain. I'm gonna look it up even more because my mom was a huge Prince fan, but I want to see what the analogies and what the things really mean in the song. Because he said a lot in there too. That
he did.
Even though it wasn't a lot, he said a lot. He said, "You want a leader, but you don't want like like he talks about a lot
Say
of.
you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. I think you better close it and let me guide you to the purple rain. Like what like it's deep. This song is deep. Like what was purple rain? You know what
That's
I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
we ain't never seen purple rain. Like what it's a lot to this song. And one thing I love about Prince is he wrote all his music, composed it. He played every instrument, every bit of those instruments. I mean, obviously when he had his band, he had them playing, but he wrote everything
Mhm.
from from play the piano, the guitar, the drums, all of that. And so one of the most talented artists, probably one of the most missed as well. Like I hate that he's not here anymore because I know he still would be here. He was young. So yeah, and like Mona Lisa said, that ending that they cut, that was the best part of the song. So next week you got to make sure you get the full
Oh yeah,
version.
we will.
Cause
We'll pick it
that
up
part
with it.
right there, like I've been teaching myself to play guitar, and that's one of the ones. That's one of the riffs that I'm like, I gotta learn that. Like that right there,
See, y'all,
timeless,
y'all already
timeless.
know this side of Mimi. See, if y'all follow Mimi, see Mimi be up there crashing out.
Oh yeah, I'll crash out,
See,
but
see
then I
this,
go
this
listen to Prince after I'm done. Feel
yeah.
better.
See, this is the side people don't get. See, this is why content creation is so important, and
It
this is
is,
why it's so important to be able to create in so many different facets.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's the first thing we spoke, or like the next thing we spoke about when we spoke. I was like, man, let's do something different, y'all. Let's do
yeah.
something different for everybody out here. I hope tonight brought you guys something, some peace, some clarity. Hopefully, helps you pick out a song that you like. You know what? I didn't listen to Summer Breeze. I didn't listen to Doo Wop. I never listened to Purple Rain. For everybody who's been watching tonight, hopefully, this music is a new chapter to your story.
Right.
Something that you can go and turn the pages to, because I think we're going to get more and more in depth with this every week. We're just starting today. It's the first night of Life Soundtrack with Souls and Mimi. She was excited. It made me more excited. It's hard to get people to be excited about content creation, so it was very fun. So and then I'm gonna definitely get her feedback, y'all. If y'all have feedback for us, things that you feel like will make the show better. It can be anything. We'll take that feedback, and I'll get with Mimi too as well if she wants
Mm.
to add anything, take anything away. But we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep bringing this heat to y'all every Wednesday night at 8:30. We started on time. That's another
Yeah,
good thing. That's another good thing. He started on time.
I'm a
Uh,
military brat. Okay, if you're on
yeah,
time,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
He said
Um,
Prince is iconic. He lost hurt. His
His
loss.
loss, yeah, for sure. Yeah. One
Appreciate.
thing I do want to say though, if you like when it comes to I obviously we all have like our favorite genres, right? But me, I don't.
Yeah,
So like I when I'm gonna start pulling music from like tonight was soft, right? When it comes to if when I start pulling, I might pull out some stuff you ain't never heard, never even heard before, artists you never knew existed, and make you fall in love with them type stuff.
that's
Okay,
not
just
wrong. That's not wrong. Yeah,
that's type of like I said, my crates are deep. I've
yeah,
been and am I coming from such a diverse background, as far as my ethnicity and the type of people that I grew up around. I had listened to so many different types of music, from country to rock to, opera, and like he said, Moonlight Sonata, like Beethoven, songs that have absolutely no words in them, but you can feel exactly what was meant to be felt, in
yeah.
the song. So get ready, because it's gonna be fun. That's all I can say. I enjoyed it. I put a lot of effort into it. I hope I didn't talk too much because I
No,
tend
no, no.
to do that.
Yeah,
But it was a
you
lot of
said
fun.
pull them crates out, girlfriend.
Yeah, girl. You gotta be a certain age to even know what crates are, but
I
definitely
think our whole team we all about
about the
somewhere in
same
the
age.
yeah,
Good,
yeah,
good,
yeah.
good,
Yeah,
good.
so most
I
of the
mean,
people
I'm
yeah.
definitely open for the young folks to come on in here so we can show y'all what real music is all about.
Mhm.
And they have some lyrics that actually mean something instead of, just a bunch of mumbling. So, I mean, I like that stuff too, but.
Go say yeah, because I can definitely something I can relate to with my love for music. So
Oh,
yeah,
good.
y'all make sure y'all share this with your friends. We're gonna be here every Wednesday night. We'll let y'all know ahead of time if something comes up on one of our ends. But we'll
Mhm.
be here every Wednesday night, 8:30. It's gonna be the Life soundtrack, man, with Souls and
Yeah.
Mimi. I'm telling y'all, we got heat for y'all. This is all about creating a new vibe, a new group of people. We ain't running about no monetization. We ain't worried about no clickbait. We ain't worried about going viral. We are trying to move society forward, and I think we'll be able to do this with music. Um, Earlier last week on our show, we talked about Murphy Lee, and he talked about taking back control of the radio, man. And I think that's what we'll
Oh,
be able
man.
to do on this channel. Plug said that was an epic show for real, Dynamite. Appreciate it, man.
Yay. Good.
Appreciate all y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, Mimi has a lot to offer y'all, and I'm gonna make sure you can talk for 50 minutes. I don't care.
Oh.
That's not an issue at all over here. I'm for real. Like I'm telling you, I would never drown out somebody's passion and their gifts. You got a gift. So hopefully people be able to see that while you're on here every Wednesday night at 8:30. And
Awesome.
we'll be able to take this thing to the moon and back. I'm telling you.
Okay.
But we appreciate everybody, man. We appreciate everybody tuning
Yeah.
in. Very,
Yes.
very good show. Went
Nice
smooth.
engagement. Yeah, really
Yeah,
nice engagement. Y'all, if you don't, if you want to reach out to me, if you have any music suggestions or anything like that, that might be, as far as songs that maybe I haven't heard that I would listen to and then bring it to you guys, or y'all can follow me on Instagram, I Heart Mimi B. I'm on TikTok too, same name. I mean, I don't really have a YouTube channel for this particular, side of me. But we're doing this thing over here. So y'all just you can hit me up there and let's talk about it for sure.
yes,
I'm
yes.
open to all that.
So we appreciate y'all, man. Again, thank y'all for tuning in to this Wednesday Life soundtrack with Souls and Mimi. Again, we will be back next Wednesday at 8:30 with some new music. Y'all go study up on Purple Rain. It's going to be the icebreaker conversation, and we're going to have the long, full version with the guitar at the end and the high notes. So be looking out for that. I'm gonna definitely have my print shirt on. I'll be ready for the occasion. So
Look, purple
let's
something.
yeah, purple
Wear your
something.
purple.
Yeah. Bring the purple in the game, man. But no, Mimi, I really appreciate you taking this time, your
I
opportunity.
appreciate you too.
She's a busy lady, y'all. So appreciate you taking the time out on this Wednesday night. And thank y'all for tuning in as well. And if y'all don't have anything else, man, make sure you create the soundtrack that you want to hear for your life. And we out.
Peace.
What's good, my Souls of Thought family? It's your boy Norris, and I want to tell you before you leave this video today, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you haven't already, make sure you leave a comment, hit the like button, share this content, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And as I leave every video, God loves you, which is most importantly. I love you. You're beautiful, and your boy's out. Let go.
Yeah.